We're trying a different format today. As you know, we usually have a different structure to things, so I hope it's a little bit nicer and so forth. So bear with us. There'll be some changes and improvements. But yeah, we want to go, we're working closely with our friends with PLDT. They and us and other groups are nice people with Northgate Orinzo, Jones Lang LaSalle, and others. We want to make it a bigger scale event that represents Philippines well to the regional and global business communities. So bear with us. There'll be some changes and improvements as we go along the way, but I'm really, really touched and pleased that so many nice people came today. So as I usually do, I'll just point out a few people who are here, just so you have some background. And if you remember some names that you want to meet afterwards, please ask me. I'll be pleased to make an introduction, or you can go up yourself. But okay, we have Ralph Eid of Jabra, the regional head, is here from Singapore. Nice to have him. We have Jan Michael Gautier of Picasso's, quite a prominent shared office. What do you call it, Jan? What do you call your facility again? There's a fancier title for it. Yes, okay, it's a residence hotel. That's correct. Okay. We have David Bizarro, CFO of SPI Global, obviously a prominent organization here. David is a bit new to the country, but getting well adjusted quickly. Scott Gill, of course, we've seen many times from Allied Telesis. Glad to have Scott here. We have Jay Fernando of Magsaysay Maritime, a friendly fellow and a great organization. Where's Jay? There he is over there. Okay. Big, important outfit here. Okay, we have a big group from Net25. We have the president here of Net25, the television station. They are videotaping the event today for, we hope, possible television purposes. Well, it's a pilot. We have a good group from Hewlett-Packard here. Where's our Hewlett-Packard friends? Oh, here we go over there. Oh, nice, almost a full table. We have Tunde Fafundwa. Where's he? There he is with another group there. A prominent in the telecom industry here, of course. We have the eminent, these girls love this guy. And, but also he's, now more corporate type, so he has to be more different. Graham Painter, the country manager of SKM, a prominent engineering outfit. Here again, he seems to like the place and keeps staying. Goulds Castillo, the country head of Alcatel-Lucent, is here. Where's Goulds? There he is, over there. We have Eric Nielsen, the regional head, shared operations for Regis, a prominent fellow here. Rene Kizan of Point West, obviously another prominent IT-focused BPO organization here. Matt Sedan of Ace Sachi, the CEO, is here. Where is he? There is Matt, yep. Martin Galvez of A2A Capital Management, the CEO, is here. Where's Martin? Oh, maybe. Oh, there he is. Okay, there you are, Martin. Okay, and of course, I'll always mention the eminent Brian Lane of Asian Tigers, who everyone knows and loves, with Jerry Lane and Richard Diaz, of course, here. I'll just introduce a few people here from PLDT. We have Jovi Hernandez, who heads the corporate business group. This is a large group within PLDT. We have Vic Tria, of course, who works with Jovi. Mitch Loxon, I think, is here or on the way, whom everybody in BPO knows, of course. Jay Lagdana, yes, pleasure to works with in the same group. Nice, tall, good-looking guy. We have Pressy Katigbak. Where's Pressy? There's Pressy, the energetic fellow. And Boy Castaneda. Where's Boy? Oh, he just stepped out for a sec. Okay. All right, if I forget anyone, let me know. We'll go later on. But I'll just introduce our speaker today. Dirk Dumortier, he's Vice President of the Asia-Pacific region for Alcatel-Lucent. This is a large region, I'm told, extending down from Japan all the way down to Australia. So he travels the region, but he's focused more on the Asia, or the Southeast Asia region. And Philippines, I would say, is one of the areas for growth. So it's nice to have him. He's been in the region for 9 years. He intends to stay for a long time. He was previously posted in Shanghai. Or no, was it Shanghai or Beijing? Shanghai, okay. Married a, sounds like a pleasant Chinese gal who speaks French and other languages and so forth. So it seems like he'll be in the region for a long time. Now based in Singapore. But he comes from Belgium, is his roots. So please welcome to the stage Dirk Dumortier, Vice President of Asia Pacific for Alcatel-Lucent.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look for someone in the marketing department who can make from a fly like me an elephant, hire Richard. Thank you, Richard. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a real honor for me to be here. I prefer, in fact, to have a microphone who moves. Okay, thanks. That's much easier for me as well. Because I need to see a little bit all of you, and you are here and you are there, a little bit everywhere. Now, we have a crowd, very varying businesses. And I know that you have all been busy and still be busy with doing different things. Maybe you come from your boardroom, you have made different decisions. But today we're going to have it about communications. So to make sure that each of you is a little bit on the same page with me, I'm going to start with a small video. That gives you also a little bit time to grab another coffee, but at least it put us all on the same page, what I need in fact for later on. Please, okay, enjoy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, that was the video. I hope you all understand now why you are here. Of course, not only to enjoy the breakfast and the networking, but also to talk a little bit about communications. Now, if you thought that you were pretty nice, doing nothing, just listening, you're going to be wrong, because you're going to need to answer some questions as well. So the first question I'm going to raise to you is, who is a believer that communication will change the way we do business? Can I see your hands, please? I have like 80%, so it's pretty okay. So I still need to convince 20%, that's it for today. Makes my day pretty nice. Okay, let's go. What do we have? Maybe just a little bit word for people who do not know Alcatel-Lucent themselves. I'm from Alcatel-Lucent, the enterprise group. We take care about communication for enterprises. Next to that, we have in fact our mother company, Alcatel-Lucent, who do similar things, but also for the carriers. So they are in fact on a broader scale. Our goal is very simple. It's collaborating with you to implement, in fact, your vision, the vision you have about your business. This is a very important part because communications today is not longer a box. It is something who reflects your philosophy of the company, who reflects, in fact, your vision. And that's something that communication is what we're going to talk about. So what do I have in petto for you today? First of all, I'm going to have what I call open your eyes. It's just showing what's going on out there in the world. After that, I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to give you 5 takeaways. 5 things that you need to do to change the way you do your communications, the way you do your business. And the last session is talking a little bit of what in fact your CIOs, what your IT groups, IT directors are in fact doing while you are sitting here. Okay? So these are the topics, what I'm going to cover, and let's start with the first one. Now the first one is 500 billion. Who want to have that market capital for his company? But we are not. Now what is 500 billion? 500 billion is the amount of references to companies that has been made last year over social media. 500 billion. That's a huge number. What do that mean? That means people have been talking about you. In the good way and in the bad way. By announcing things. By the way, Carrefour, I don't think that someone is here from Carrefour. There is no 20% off today, so don't rush to the Carrefour today. But it is really what's going on. You need to understand if you are working with customers, consumers, below 35, 30, that's where they get their references from. That's their advertisement. They do not listen to television ads. They listen to what their peers are saying on social media. Statement number 1. What is also ongoing is that outside the enterprise world, the consumer world is going much faster than inside your company. There is a whole world of innovation going on outside your walls. And you need to reflect that inside your organization as well to keep talents and all this kind of stuff and keep the innovation going inside. What that means, I'm going to show you in the next couple of slides. First of all, the third largest country in the world these days is not a country, but is Facebook. There are more than 700 million people living there. It's huge. Are you using it? Question. Another phenomenon. 60% of the iPads who were bought in the last year are entering inside the enterprises, but has not been bought by you or paid by you. So people are starting to bring their own device to the organization. So what are you going to do with that? There is a lot of things around that. From legal point of view, security point of view, all things you need to handle. But this is happening as we speak. In the US, for the moment, not yet over here, but it's coming, Skype is one way, is changing the way how you communicate with your friends, with your family members. It's not longer just a phone. You use video to do that. And the last one is just a statement that a free operating system like Android is now running on 170 smartphones. That's the world who is out there. Who is the new consumer? The new consumer is what I call a digital native. They have been growing up with the internet always there. If they want to know something, they Google it. Simple as that. They don't go to libraries, they just Google it, simple. Or they ask their friends on Facebook. Very straightforward. But they are very interactive through a machine, not interactive by human communication. Okay? I'm going to show you a very scary video about my girlfriend Abby. That's, by the way, not my daughter. But she is pretty scary, to be honest. And I'm going to let you experience her. And that's a fact on new consumer in the next couple of years. She's a little bit shy, so she takes the time to pop up. But she is there.
Hi, I'm Abby, and I love libraries and books and story time, but I'm a little native. So I want an online library that I like, that has lots of multimedia. I want everything to be quick and easy. I want to be able to add my own stuff and see other people's stuff. I want to be able to do it over my iPhone or my e-book reader. I need all messed up content, semantic tagging, real-time information, augmented reality, spatial tagging. I even love interactive touch screens. I know you're all busy working on this, but I'm a digital native and I want it now. Hurry up and get cracking. Okay, bye for now.
So you can imagine, if that is your customer in the next couple of years, you better be cracky. Now, I spoke already a little bit about that, about bringing your own devices to the office. Now, this is in fact expanding. There are no companies, worldwide companies, local companies, and I have here only two references, like Kraft Worldwide and Suncorp in Australia, who are changing the delivery of PCs and this kind of stuff to their employees completely. What they are doing is, they give you amount of money, and you as an employee, you buy your own stuff. You would like to have a Macintosh, an Apple, or you prefer a PC, you prefer a Samsung, whatever device it is, a smartphone, you just buy it and bring it to the office. Also there, it implies a little bit about security and responsibilities and what to do. Yes, some changes need to be made, but there are clear reasons why these companies are doing that. It's about retaining their good people. They don't want to work with a PC who takes 15 minutes to boot up. That's not what they want. They want to use the tools and the devices they want to use. And that's what they want and what they need to be innovative. These guys has a lot of ideas, but they need to share it with people. That's why they use the instant messaging. That's why they use the Facebook, the interactivity. You never stop that in your organization, because you're going to stop the innovation in your organization. So buy or bring your own device to the office. The other one is what is the power of a tweet. I took one example from KLM. That's the Dutch national airline company. They announced in October last year a new flight, a direct flight from Amsterdam to Miami. Nothing particular, nothing special, except that one DJ, a famous DJ in the Netherlands, saw that message and he sent it one tweet to KLM asking from, hey guys, can you do that 1 week earlier? Because if you do it 1 week earlier, we can go to the Miami Ultra Music Festival in Miami. What? That's nice. Now what KLM did was very clever. They came back with a challenge. guys, if you are able to fill the plane, we start the launch 1 week earlier. Now the DJ, he put it on a tweet to his followers, and exactly 2 hours later the plane was full. That's what I call the power of a tweet, the power of social media. Now, the result of that is not only that the plane was full, that a new line was in fact opened a week earlier, but also the name of KLM changed completely because of that. KLM had, like many airline companies, the old-fashioned thing, always classical, nothing particular. But now by responding to the younger generation, it's something totally different. They are now, by the way, in the Guinness Book of Records as the highest dance music party in the air. Because go online, go to YouTube, and look to that video. You're going to enjoy it. It was a dance festival high in the sky. Okay? But that's really the power of social media. I have seen a lot of people here also from the hospitality area. Now also social media goes into the hospitality in different areas. And I have only put here a few examples. Instead of calling the concierge from your hotel room, there are hotels out there who allow you to tweet for a service. There are even some kind of dating services. You are alone in the hotel. Don't go that way, please. But maybe there are all the people like you staying at the same time in that hotel, and you don't know what to do that evening. No, always the ladies, eh? Don't say it's always the men, right? But these things are there. And why are they doing that? It's to create a community. It's to create that community feeling between your guests. And that's what is important. Let the people talk about you. You don't need to make publicity about yourself. Let them talk about you and create that community. And that's what these guys want. So that's the way to go. Another topic. Everyone knows about the iPhones, the Android phones, the iPads, all the fancy nice things. What are you going to do with it? What will your business do, your company do with these kind of wonderful toys and tools that all the consumers have now these days in their pocket? Let's have a look to a video of how an insurance company in France is using it to change their way how they do their business.
Houston, we have a problem.
If you're already a client, press 1. Otherwise, press 2. If you have an oxygen leak, press 1. If you've been hit by a meteor, press 2. We are doing our best to reduce your waiting.
this gives you a nice example of what it can bring. And I don't know if you realize that, but of course here in the Philippines, there's a lot of contact centers, a lot of BPOs here. Now this is a very specific direction. And this is the reality of life. So this will start to pop up. And what it is doing is moving a lot of front office to a mobile device. Yeah? So if you are in a BPO environment, you need to start to think about how you as a company going to handle this. It's a different way of doing business. It's a different interaction of how your consumer going to talk to you. And this is only the beginning. By having the mobile app, you know exactly where the customer is at that point of time. Because they have GPS on their mobile phone, they are connected, you get that information. You can even ask the customer to take a picture of the accident in this case. So you know already how serious it is. You know already if that car can still move or not. If he has a policy that he has a replacement car, you already can send in the other car. So the way how you're going to show it, the way how you're going to support that will change. So the intelligence from what you normally have in the back office who's going to make decisions, going to move slowly but surely to the front office. Start to think in that direction, how you can support that business if you are in a BPO environment. Okay? It's a very important move, but a very clever one. A small side effect of this video, it's on YouTube, it has been tweeted around, and it has been so popular that Groupama had a lot of additional publicity and a lot of additional new customers because of just the video as well. Double effect. Okay? Just to give you. Another example is about Air Asia. Is someone from Air Asia here? No? Okay. Now this is an example who still can have some improvements. There are some regulations, there are some rules who still need to be shaped. It's a wonderful thing. On your mobile device you can even have your booking, everything is there. But you still need to print your ticket, so now you need to queue twice. You need to queue for the machine to get your ticket, and you still need to queue to verify your documents or to give your luggage. So there are still some small hiccups, probably to do with the regulations and things that need to be done, but it's coming there as well. Now what does that mean? There are service providers here in the room. There are also people in the room who are working in the telecom sector. In Asia Pacific, the traffic that it generates is still growing with 35% year over year. If you look to mobility, it's doubling year over year. It is huge. A little bit more specific on the Philippines, if you are doing your business here in the Philippines, is that the mobile phone penetration is the highest, much higher than fixed broadband penetration. If you want to talk to the Filipinos, you need to do that through their mobile phones. Okay? Smartphones are popping up very quickly. 50% of all the new phones are going into smartphones, so that's good. And Facebook and Twitter, the Filipinos are on the top 3 in Asia and somewhere in the top 5 worldwide. So it's a nice media to use. So after a little bit of examples, I'm going to ask you again the same question. So don't be tired if you have put your hand in the air the first time, you still need to do it the second time. I don't want to lose people. So who believes that communication will change the way you do your business? Hands in the air, please. Aha, okay, I'm gaining. I still saw 1 or 2 people who are not raising their hands. Now, if they are not believing it yet, they probably will never believe. But maybe there are other ways to change the way they do their business. So let's play this movie. I will not offend any one of you, so don't be offended.
And now on to an unusual tip to fight off a business crisis. A Japanese tavern owner is bringing up a new generation of customer-pleasing waiters, macaque monkeys. You ready for some monkey business?
This sake house in northern Tokyo employs two popular and unusual waiters. They are named Ya-chan and Fuku-chan and are a pair of Japanese macaque monkeys. 4-year-old Fuku-chan has already 2 years of experience under his furry belt.
So that's maybe another way to change your way of you do business. It can be very attractive. But that's for the guys who absolutely do not believe in communications. So what does that mean, in fact, now to your business? These are the famous 5 takeaways that I definitely would like to give to you. First of all, you need to move your business away from the traditional way of communicating, who is a phone call and an email, and move into the conversations. Is there a difference? Yes, there is a big difference. First of all, I think most of you have a website. Who has a website? I think everyone has a website somewhere, somehow? Okay. How interactive is that website? Very interactive? Static? Is that just the window shopping and that's it? That's not the way. A website should not be static, but should be very dynamic. You should be able, like in a shop, in a shopping street, it's not just a window who's going to attract the people. You should have people outside. As soon as they are looking to your window, approaching them and taking them in. And that's exactly what you should do. And I'm going to show you what that gives. Meet my colleagues. From left to right is Mr. Customer. In the middle, you have my contact center agent. And on the right-hand side, you have, in fact, the loan specialist. Now, what does that mean? If that customer is going into my window, I would like to follow what that person is doing. And if I can see that that person is interested in a new house loan, that should ring a bell for me in the back office from, hey, I need to do something here. And you have indeed different ways. And one way is as soon that you see that he starts to be very interested by downloading a file or something like that, you should start to interact with that person and ask them if they want to communicate with you, asking if they would like to have a call back from you to discuss. That has been implemented in several banks around the globe. You know what their result is? Normally only 5 to 10% of the people who goes and opening a window from I would like to apply from something are buying something from them. 5%, that's it. By implementing this, this goes up to 70, 80%. This is what I call selling. That's a different way of looking to these things. Now I need to get back. Another part is social media. I think I sold that part already to you. Social media is important. But be careful. I have seen many mistakes about social media. Social media is a mirror of your company operations, of your company image. If you know that you have some hiccups in whatever part of your organization, don't launch it. Make sure that you feel yourself comfortable of each part of your organization before you launch social media. And make sure that you monitor it constantly. It is part of your business. It is not just a marketing tool. Very important advice here. And of course, you have then the video parts popping up, but that's the multimedia conversations you need to have. Secondly, for your own workforce, you need to move to mobile. The younger generation don't longer want to work from 9 to 5. Here in the region, they have never done that so much, but give them mobility functionalities. Give them the capabilities that they work from wherever they want. Do they have much more innovative ideas by working in a Starbucks? Let them work there. I know it asks a complete change in mindset, but that's the direction. Definitely would like to keep your best performing employees, and if you would like to keep the innovations coming from within your organization. The third one is doing the same for mobility, but to your customer side. The application on the mobile phones. But do keep in mind that that will change the way how your frontline and back office need to react to that. If you are in a BPO business, think about that clearly. It's not longer optimizing your frontline, it becomes optimizing your back office. And I'm going to come back to that later on. Number 4 is move towards cloud. What does that mean? It's in fact also moving to virtualization. What does that mean? Now imagine you are all managing people, right? People are static. Their brains are fixed in that body. If you like the body or not, you get it with the brain. If you need another application, you're going to have another person next to you. Very fixed, very expensive way of doing your business. Virtualization is putting your brain somewhere else, and you can put it on whatever body you want. And share the bodies. So that means you create like a flexible work team. But then in an IT environment, that's virtualization. Now if you move that as well then in a cloud environment where your employees can work from home, where your employees can work from wherever they are and with their own devices, then it becomes very interesting and very nice for them. Right? And that's in fact an evolution who is going. Behind that there are a lot of things from the market popping up, working into cloud environments, working in outsourcing. A lot of you are in outsourcing mode, but that's in fact exactly what is in the back. It's not just about cost. Now this is a market trend, and this market trend is also there in communications. Communications who becomes outsourced, communications who become managed by someone else, and who becomes really virtualized in the cloud to make it easy for you to do your business in a country, but also on a global basis. And one of the examples is that we, in fact, are doing together with PLDT. That's just an example as what everyone else is doing in the market at that point in time. Number 5 is, don't be afraid. But you need to start. But do it at your own pace, step by step. Nothing is wrong by putting, for example, social media in a corner, in an island in your organization, but keep in mind that it's an integrated part of your whole organization. It is not an island at the end of the day, but you can start that way. So keep your improvement going, keep your business going. So that were the 5 takeaways. Now what does that mean to your CIOs? What do that mean in fact to the people working for you in the IT departments? First of all, from understanding your business, the CIOs that you have, if you have good ones, they're going to start to transform the way you do your business. And really, they need to inspire you to do that. And not only yourself, but the whole organization you are working with. Because the successful implementation of a communication solution starts from within your organization. It's your own people, your own divisions, groups who knows what can be optimized. If you can start from that angle, that's the way to move forward. That's the way to do it. Secondly, it's always customers first. Money talks, simple. And it's reshaping the processes who is involved in that. Consumers are changing. So that means you need to change your front door. You need to change your window. Make your window flexible. Make sure that you can communicate with your customer through different medias and keep track of that. If the customer is coming to you through a web, know what he was doing. When he comes to your shop, the guy in charge of the shop should know what that guy was looking for already. If he has a trouble and you send him to your service center, that service center should know what was the issue, instead of asking your customer to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it again. So you need to make an intelligent front door at the side and really optimizing your back office processes. Now, what does that mean? Optimizing your back office processes. I have been mentioning that a couple of times. It's not longer front end. It's your back end who becomes front end. So how can you optimize that? I'm going to show a small video here about an insurance company. And hopefully you will understand what that means.
Meet Janet. Janet heads a group that processes auto claims inside a leading insurance and financial services company. Her team processes hundreds of claims a day, but they are always under pressure because there's a constant backlog of work piling up in multiple bins. The team just can't get through everything, so claims are often delayed for weeks. Janet knows this frustrates her customers. They call into the contact center to see where their claim is and are transferred to her team for a status. Because the work is in multiple bins, the team doesn't have a complete view of the highest priority claims. And they can't dynamically adjust assignments based on claim priority. All Janet can do is manage the workload through task lists that she manually prepares and distributes every day. Frank is the VP of Claims Operations. He's told Janet that management is concerned about the impact her team has on customer satisfaction. The company is afraid clients will move to the competition if customer service levels don't improve. There's also a hiring freeze on, so Janet needs to solve this problem with her existing resources. How? She starts by reviewing her team's activities. It seems like Kevin only handles a couple of tasks a day. Jim works hard, and Sue is the best in the group. Every day, Sue gets through more tasks than anyone else. But to reduce the backlog and customer frustration, Janet knows she needs better visibility into the work her team is doing. Janet turns to Genesis Intelligent Workload Distribution, IWD. With IWD, Janet can see all the pending claims on a single global task list. She can also define business service level agreements, or SLAs, that prioritize all the work items based on a central SLA. Tasks can be prioritized by due date, customer segment, claim amount, and other business attributes. They can also be reprioritized if a higher value activity comes in, or she needs to balance the workload. Now, her team can always handle the right work at the right time. IWD also gives Janet greater visibility into her team activities. Even though Kevin only handles a couple of tasks per day, they are the very complex claims. Now Janet sees that Kevin is, in fact, an expert in claims processing. She can also see that Sue gets through a lot of work, but is picking very easy claims instead of the ones that meet business goals. And Jim gets through his tasks, but now Janet knows that his work time is almost double the team average. He needs more training. With IWD, Janet can ensure that the most critical work is sent to the right person with the right skill set at the right time. Built-in real-time and historical reporting put Janet's finger on the pulse of her team's activity and its business context. She can instantly see results and show senior management exactly how her team is managing against SLAs. They can see that 80% of claims are now processed within 2 days of being assigned to the team. Customers are also proactively notified by email that their claims are being processed, so they don't have to wonder what's going on. Smiling, Frank shakes hands with Janet saying, "Great job. Now you're managing your team more effectively, decreasing the backlog and reducing customer frustration. Management thanks you." Genesis IW.
I will stop there, but I think that gives you a view of what can happen in normally the black box you have in the famous back office, where claims and files go from one office to the other office, people are disappearing for a couple of days, all this kind of stuff. So there are ways now these days to optimize that. And what we have seen by implementing this around the globe is that in fact the efficiency of the back office can go up with more than 20%. So it's definitely a good gain that you can get from that. Now what they're going to do as well is integrating in fact 3 new directions. So each time they're going to come to you from, hey, I need this, hey, I want that, it's going to be related to these 3 different directions. First of all is of course the social media and the way of how they're going to help you in implementing that. The second one is about device proliferation, meaning making sure that the applications and that the people can use whatever type of device to connect themselves. And the third one is going into the video explosion, is going in fact into the video, and in fact really video communication with each other. Now what does that mean? That means not to make it more complex for you guys. I don't know how many of you are using video conferencing from time to time. How many of you? Can I see your hands? Okay. How many of you are able to set it up themselves? Ooh. That's what I mean. Okay? We are all vendors, and we have made it way too complex for you guys to make it work. So that's in fact one area where all of us are working on now, is to make it as easy and as open as possible, so that even me and you can use it. That will be the way to do it, of course. There is a lot of talk about the video conferencing and the telepresence and all the wonderful technologies. Now